Shifting focus then, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says that Russia is using winter as a weapon while striking Ukraine's energy sector to leave millions without heat or even power. The attacks have only grown deadlier, with civilian casualties being on the rise each day. In the latest strikes, Russia has severely damaged the power network in the southern port city of Odessa. The strikes came as Russia and Ukraine negotiators held first day of US-mediated talks in Geneva. In fact, despite US envoy Steve Witkoff claiming that day one of talks brought about meaningful progress, Ukrainian president has questioned Russia's commitment to peace while saying that Russia's actions on the battlefield spoke louder than its words at the negotiating table.
Even on the day when new formats of talks begin in Geneva, trilateral and bilateral with the United States, Russia responds with a strike. This very clearly demonstrates what Russia wants and what it is focused on. There were also nearly 400 drones. The threat of strikes does not disappear. Cold weather itself attracts Russia, and they will continue trying to turn winter into a weapon of war.
According to reports, throughout the winter, Russia's Shahed drones have proved more resilient than Ukraine's interceptors, widening the gap in air defense. Powered by heat-generating engines, Shahed drones were able to operate in freezing conditions, unlike Ukraine's battery-driven interceptors. Ukrainian pilots report that lithium batteries lose power in sub-zero temperatures, thereby sharply reducing the effectiveness of interceptor drones. Experts even say that they work only in favorable weather, not in minus 20 degrees or heavy precipitation. According to UN Human Rights Monitoring Mission, 2025 was the deadliest year for civilians since the full invasion began. As many as 2,514 civilians were killed and over 1,200 injured in the ongoing war. This was a 31% increase compared to 2024. Since last October, Russia has damaged 8.5 gigawatts of Ukraine's power generating capacity, thereby crippling power plants and substations as well. As of 11th of February, 1,400 residential buildings in Kiev remain without heating. In retaliation to Russian strikes, Ukraine has targeted Russia's oil facilities. Just last year, nearly 160 attacks were carried out against refineries and production sites in Russia, which contributed to a 20% domestic fuel deficit in Russia and forced 37% of refining capacity to halt operations. Fuel shortages spread across 57 regions, thereby prompting Russia to temporarily ban gasoline exports. Parallelly, Ukraine's defense ministry reported that Russia launched 91 ballistic missiles in the month of January. The announcement followed President Zelensky's claim that Russia deployed as many as 6,000 attack drones, 5,500 guided aerial bombs, and as many as 158 missiles, mostly aimed at energy facilities and other critical infrastructure. According to UN figures, at least 161 civilians were killed and 757 were injured across Ukraine in January, a toll that is similar to the same month in 2025 too.